What's going on, guys? So in this video I am going to talk about why I joined the army. So originally I was planning on joining the Air Force. It just turns out that there's only one Air Force recruiter in my area, so he had retired before I even graduated high school, so I couldn't really talk to a recruiter that was in reasonable distance, right, to join the Air Force. And I didn't really want to rush into any certain contract. So I was like, you know what? I guess I'll hold off, right? Military will always be my backup plan. So I graduated and then I worked with my grandpa who owns an AC business. So I worked with him all summer. And then I had a buddy who was joining and about to leave to basic training. And he was joining the army, right? So I was like, it's pretty cool. And he hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, I remember you're like real into working out and stuff like that. They're having this event. I don't know if you want to go to it. You know, they're gonna play volleyball, do tug of war, just do like different activities. And I was like, sounds pretty cool. You know, why not? Why not go and just hang out, right? So I meet up with him, and you know, I meet his recruiter. His recruiter's there, and we're chatting up. I'm like, yeah. So we're just talking about benefits, talking about how military life is, this and that. And he was like, yeah, like, you know, here's my card. Hit me up if you have any questions, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, cool. And he had mentioned that the Army has the shortest active duty contracts that any military branch can offer. So it was a 2-year contract that, you know, he was telling me about. And I was like, that's pretty interesting, right? So had that in the back of my mind. You know, we had fun with the event. And I was already set on not going to college because I didn't want to take out a loan. I didn't qualify for financial aid and for all the help that you could get. So I was like, well, I'm not going to school because I'm not going to take out a loan and then owe money later on, stuff like that. So I was just working in my grandpa's business, and I was like, if I join the military and let's say I get a 2-year contract, right? Well, that'll open up a lot of doors for me, right? So I was like, you know what? It couldn't hurt to join. It's only 2 years if I could get a 2-year contract, right? And then like a week later, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit him up because it couldn't hurt just to talk to him, just to chat and see what it's all about. Then, long story short, pretty much we start the process of joining. So, you know, took a practice ASVAB, did pretty good. Then we took an actual ASVAB, pretty good. Then we started looking at MOSs, which is jobs, military jobs. I had originally found a job that I liked, but it was 4 years. It was a 4-year contract, and it came with a bonus. I don't know how much of the bonus it was, but it came with a bonus, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And luckily, I guess it was all part of God's plan, right? Somebody had beat me to it, getting the job, and I was like, dang. And he was like, well, do you like anything else? And I was like, nah, not really, you know. And he was like, okay, take your time. So I literally took like a whole month deciding on what job I wanted, because like they can't force you to pick a job. They could peer pressure you, but if you're in the middle of that same process that I was in at that time, do not let recruiters force you into a job that you do not want, right? So luckily, a 2-year contract opened up for an ammunition specialist, and she showed me the video, and it was like them working with ammo, working with forklifts, and doing all this different stuff. And I was like, I guess that's pretty helpful, right? I thought it was like beneficial to be licensed in a forklift, so I was like, okay. Just to let you know, I've never driven a forklift in my entire military career. That's pretty surprising, but that's the truth. Long story short, picked the job I wanted, you know, and I just needed to get a waiver because I played football in high school. I played all sports, right? So I broke my collarbone and I have a metal plate and screws, but I was perfectly healthy. I just needed a waiver to be able to join the military because of that. That took a while. That took about another month just to get approved for that. And then went to MEPS. I swore in, and then I left after the holiday. So it was January 27th of 2020 is when I shipped off for basic. So that is the reason why I joined the Army. Looking back, it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad because I got a 2-year contract, which is a plus. But I highly recommend that you read over your contract before you sign it. Like, really thoroughly read through it, because they had told me I only had 2 years of active duty, but they didn't say it was also included that I had to do either the National Guard or Reserves after I served my 2-year active duty contract. So do not let them trick you with that, or I wouldn't say trick you because they didn't trick me. I just didn't read over the contract, right? They just told me. So one thing with recruiters is they don't lie to you, but they don't tell you what you don't ask, right? And obviously when you go to MEPS, you sign your contract there. So it's the same with that, right? Sometimes they won't tell you what you won't ask. So hopefully this video is very beneficial for you if you're thinking of joining, if you're wanting a reason why to join, and if you're iffy like I was. Hopefully, God willingly, right? All part of God's plan. A 2-year contract will appear for you too. I'm not saying it's guaranteed though, because it's only with certain MOSs that it pops up with, right? But couldn't hurt to ask, couldn't hurt to talk to your recruiter about it if you are currently talking to a recruiter. You know, God has a plan for everybody. So hopefully this helped out. Like and subscribe. Peace.